If you're like me and you're always hunting for good makeup without the luxury price tag, then this video is for you. I've got all the new Milani launches, bronzers, eyeshadow sticks, and lip stains, and I'm going to be testing every single one to see what's really worth adding to your routine. Let's get into it because these products look amazing inside the packaging, but we all know that doesn't mean anything until it hits the face. First up, we've got this Stay Put liquid brow wax. This claims to have up to 16 hours of wear. I am most curious about this because at the moment, nothing holds my brow hairs down. I literally use soap. So if this can do it, I will be very impressed. Then we've got the Stay Put Infinite Liquid Eyeliner. It's a bold black opaque formula, waterproof and sweat proof, and it has a precise brush tip. So I'm not really an eyeliner person, but I will give it a go. Then we have 6 Colour Fetish Hydrating Lip Stains. If you want to see all the shades of these products, I do have a shorts up unboxing them more in depth. I think this is the product I'm most excited about. We have got 12 gilded eyeshadow sticks, but these colors look really fun. They're definitely giving like winter fall vibes, which is perfect because it's winter in New Zealand. So they claim that these eyeshadow sticks are an ultra creamy pigment rich formula that glide on seamlessly for 12 hours of waterproof and crease free wear. And then lastly, they've done a bunch of face products. So this is the Conceal and Perfect Facelift collection. We've got some under eye brighteners, some liquid contours, and liquid highlighters, which I'm really excited to try because I'm always looking for a new liquid bronzer. I'm going to bring you guys in closer and we'll test out these products. I'm so intrigued about this brow wax. Don't you just hate when this happens? Let me in! Nothing some scissors can't fix. So this is the product. It's just a little tube. Let's have a look at the brush. It's just a little spoolie brush. The product is slightly white. I'm just going to see how well I can stick these brow hairs down. Okay, it's defining them nicely. It definitely helps kind of give you that laminated brow look, and I think if you do have laminated brows, this would work really nicely. But it's unlikely to hold these brow hairs down. I may actually be about to eat my words. It's drying down and my brows are actually kind of staying put. I'm impressed. I don't know if you can see though, there's some like white clumps of product going through the brow. So they are brushing out, but be mindful of that. I have never found a brow product that sticks my eyebrows down like this. It doesn't feel sticky too. Like the thing that gets me with when I use soap is that it's so sticky and gross, but like they're pressed down, but they're not sticky. Oh, wait, okay, this might be my new obsession. Okay, that 110% does what it claims to do. I will be curious though to see if this stays put or if it moves, because sometimes I can get my brow hairs down and then they lift within like 30 minutes. I'm just going to go and stick this side down as well. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to work, but it did. I will say when you build up the product, you do get a little bit of excess around the skin, so what I normally do anyway is I just get some makeup remover and wipe it off. So I'm going to do that with this just because I find if you don't do this it makes your foundation sit funny. So we'll just clear it away off the skin. I did have to put quite a lot of product in my brows to really flatten them down, but I can't be mad about it. It works. They're not as perfect as I usually get them. I think the applicator kind of bunches the hairs up together a little bit too much, especially if you've got lots of product, but if it is sticking my brow hairs down, it will stick yours down. I'm just going to go pop some of my base makeup on and then we'll test out some of the face products. I just popped some foundation on and I did stop and have breakfast, and I have to say I hate how my eyebrows look. They don't look as bad on camera, but they are just so like gummy. Like there is so much product in them. It has just turned like white. You can just see here like it's just built up really funny. They've also started to lift like off my face. So I'm just going to see if any brow products actually sit on them nicely. I'm just going to take some of my Anastasia Dip Brow Gel and kind of like work it through. It definitely is taking a lot of the product off with it though. I'm going to see how filling my brows in goes. So I filled my brows in. They're not the worst, but they're definitely not the best. I think this product would work a lot better as like a final step. My eyebrows are stuck down, but they are lifting and kind of moving around, so I'm still not sure. Anyway, let's move on to testing these face products. So there's 3 liquid contours. We've got 01 Honey, 02 Ginger, and 03 Toffee. Looking at these, I think I'm going to go with 01 Honey. The applicator is really bizarre. The product gets like pumped out. There's like a small gap, and as you push it on your face, it like just closes that gap and disperses into the little brush. Okay, let's just see how that works on the face. It's very thick. I do like the smaller tip immediately for like nose contour. I may have put too much on this side. Okay, let's see how that blends out. Don't squeeze heaps because a lot comes out. Alright, I'm just gonna tap this in with my brush. Oh, okay. Oh, that blends out really nice. This is definitely more buildable off the bat. Like, it looks like I had a lot, but that is beautiful on the skin. I love it. I really like these. These are nice. Let's try some on the forehead. I'm just trying to use the residue that's on the little applicator. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the She Glam liquid contours. That is absolutely stunning. It blends so beautifully into the skin. It doesn't dry down too quick either, so you've got a lot of working time with it. I don't love how the cap gets dirty immediately, but I mean, that's whatever. I'm very impressed. I'm excited to try these other products. Let's try the under eye brightness next. We've got 3 shades. We've got 01 Rose, 02 Melon, and 03 Pumpkin. I haven't tried a pink under eye corrector before, so I think I'm going to do pink on this side, and then we'll use Melon on this side. I'm just going to put this like where I would typically conceal. Okay, it's very pink. I'm just gonna go like light-handed. Melon on this side. Oh god, okay, that's a lot. Oh my god. Do not press hard. Okay, I don't need any more on that side. That's way too much. Let's blend this out. That's very brightening. Okay, brightening lifted. Let's blend this side out next. They're actually really like hydrating and lightweight. So it looks like I put a lot on, but it actually ended up being like the perfect amount. Ooh, I think I like the pink side more though. I feel like my under eye is just like snatched. I'm gonna use Melon to like highlight the rest of my face. It actually may be too dark for me as a highlighter. It's more orange, so I think this would be really good if you have dark circles. It's not really doing much for me. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that rose pink shade. That's definitely my favorite. I keep squeezing like way too much out, so be very careful with that because it's so easy to overdo it. I'm trying so hard to put these away tidily, but you just really cannot avoid it. These do layer nicely too. Like, I've put so much product under my eyes and it looks really good. Definitely more a fan of the rose shade. I would describe these as more of like a medium coverage just because you can see some of my redness peeking through. They feel really comfortable on the skin. I can't even feel that they're there. And lastly, for the face products, we've got 3 liquid highlighters. We have 01 Luna, 02 Stardust, and 03 Molten. I'm gonna go with Luna because I think these other 2 are gonna be way too dark for me. Lesson learned, don't press down hard. Oh, okay, that's cute. You just need to give it like one little squeeze and then just use the residue. This looks like it's gonna be too dark for me as well. What the heck? I'm just kind of putting it like everywhere that I would do a powder highlighter. And I'm gonna blend this in with the other side of my sponge. It's very glowy. Oh my god, okay, wait. Did I go overboard? I do love a highlighter, but Jesus. These skin products are literally like your skin but better. Like, that just looks so like fresh and dewy and glowy. What a surprise, I like this one too. I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my face and then we'll try these lip stains. Okay, I've powdered my face. The glow is still showing through powder, which is really nice. I didn't blend it very well up here and here, so make sure you do that before you set it because it does not move. So let's test out some lip stains. I'm gravitating towards more of like a pinky shade today. This is 130 Rose Rising, so let's give this one a go. I don't actually know how to use it, so I'm just gonna look that up before I smother it all over my face. Okay, so it says apply with the doe foot applicator pointed out, start at the center and blend outward. For a soft matte lip, blot the lips after application, or for a bold glossy look, apply a second coat. Okay. See, I would have started completely with my Cubist bow first, so good thing I did read how to use it. I'm just gonna take the excess product off and start slow. I do like the smell on these. It's like vanilla-y or something. It's really good. So let's just start in the middle. Oh, that's cute. I do like the doe foot applicator for creating like a nice sharp line. They're bright, but they're fun. They're not as pigmented as I thought. That's cute. I like the color. It feels really comfy on the lips, very hydrating. I do love the shine. Okay, and it said blot if you want like a soft matte look, so I think I'm gonna do that. I don't have a tissue in here, so I'm just using a makeup wipe. That's really pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. I like that color. Yeah, don't use a makeup wipe. No, I like that. That's so stunning. And then maybe we just pop like a gloss on top. I've just got this lip oil from MCO Beauty. That's stunning. That's so pretty. I think you could apply like a little bit on a brush and like soften it even more if you didn't want it to be this pigmented. Let's finally test out these gilded eyeshadow sticks. Now, I think that these are, yeah, they're all shimmery. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah, that's definitely metallic. Okay, I'm gonna put some matte eyeshadow down in my crease and then we'll use these. Although on the model I do have like the shimmer shades in all of them, so maybe we just go for a full shimmery look. Now, I don't have my eyeshadow base set down, so I'm hoping that these will perform nicely. I'm gonna take the shade 10 Canyon and I'm just gonna draw that in my crease and outer corner. This feels so wrong. And then I'm just gonna blend that out. Oh, they're very creamy. Even though this is a shimmer shade, it actually does kind of blend out into like a shimmery like matte. Blends flawlessly though, wow. Probably because my base isn't set. Okay, just gonna do the same thing on the other side. You can almost get away with just using like one because it just blends out so softly. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of that color down on the outer edge and just tap it in. It is really pretty. I love it. The shade Blossom looks really pretty, so I'm going to put that on the lid. You can kind of use it to like create like a little half cut crease. I'm just going to use that brush from before and just use it to soften the edge. In the inner corner under the brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Marble. Oh, that's so pretty. It's so reflective. I'm going to put it under my brow bone as well. I'm just going to take another clean brush and just soften those edges. That's so easy. I'm just going to take some more of Canyon under the lower lash line. I'm just going to smoke that out. I'm going to take some of the shade Plum. It's like a deep purple. And I'm just going to stick that right on that outer edge. Oh, it feels different putting these on top of like a dry base. I'm just going to blend that out. Oh, they blend so easily on top of each other though. I literally can't complain. Those are so easy to use. The colors are definitely more like grungy, kind of deeper, like jewel tones, but they are really pretty. Okay, we don't love that. That just like snapped off. That is the one problem with these, is that they are very fragile. That was the easiest eye look ever. We are gonna test one final product though. My least favorite makeup product, liquid eyeliner. That's the applicator. It's very fine, but it feels very plasticky. Like it's, I don't know if you can tell, it's just so like stiff. I don't like it. I hate it already. Oh no, it's just like gummy. It's so gummy. Like, I don't know if you can see this, right? Like, when I take it out, it's just like stringy and gummy. No, is it meant to be like this? Let's just try to do a wing, because who knows? The brush, I won't lie, it definitely makes it easy. That is a sharp liner. I can't lie. It's definitely a very interesting like texture. It's just so bizarre. It's just getting everywhere I don't want it to though. Okay, it's like all through my lashes, which I hate. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the applicator tip definitely does get you a very precise line. However, I don't like the product itself. I can feel it drying on my skin and it just feels like really uncomfortable, to be honest. It's very gluggy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it's a very thick, gluggy product. It kind of just went like all over my eyelashes. I was able to get it off, but yeah, I don't know. It is pretty and it does work, but I'm not entirely sold. So I'm just gonna go pop some lashes on and then I'll be back to give you my final thoughts about all of these new Milani releases. So here's the final look with lashes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love how this makeup came out, but it is what it is. So let's talk about these products. So let's start with my favorite products. Hands down, the cream bronzer was so good. It blended so easily and it looks really beautiful on the skin. I also liked that under eye brightener as well. It actually hasn't creased a lot under my eyes compared to some normal concealers, so that could be good if you're looking for something that's a bit more crease proof. Underneath my eyes is looking really nice. This is probably the normal amount of creasing that I would get from a concealer product, so I'm not mad about it. The lip stain is also really pretty. I do like the color and how you can sheer it out. The eyeshadow sticks are a little bit sheerer than I thought. They do blend really nicely, however, they have creased. Now this could be down to the fact fact that I did not set my eye base, but they are creasing on me. I mean, most eyeshadows do. You can see here the eyeshadows have just creased ever so slightly, but I mean, that is kind of normally where my eyes would crease anyway, so it's hard to say if it is the product. However, it has dried down, so I don't think that they will crease much more than they already have just in the natural fold of my eyelid. So I liked all of those. They perform really well. You really can't beat them for the price. And the liquid highlighter came out so pretty. It looks really great even under powder. So let's talk about the products I didn't love that much, and I'm sure you can guess which ones they were. This really annoys me. The eyeliner and the eyebrow product are in the same exact packaging, and I keep picking them up and getting them mixed up. So it would have been good if one of these was like maybe white for the brow wax or something. So let's talk about the eyeliner. I don't love liquid eyeliner. I'm very picky when it comes to my liquid eyeliners, and I typically go for a pen applicator. The applicator on this, I will give it points for that. It is easy to get a precise line and a nice defined flick because it is more of a plasticky applicator. However, I don't love the actual formula of the product. It's gluggy, it's thick, and it just kind of goes everywhere. It made a mess all through my lashes, and then when I was trying to do my mascara, my brush kept getting stuck because this had hardened in them. If you like a thicker eyeliner type, you might like this, but I will be giving this a miss. And the product I'm the saddest about, I really wanted to like this. It is the brow wax. At first, it showed promise. It did stick my eyebrows down, and I will say they are stuck down. They are not going anywhere. However, after wearing it for about 2 hours now, the product has hardened and my eyebrows were like grey with bits of like gluggy product through them. Here's what I mean by the eyebrows just kind of gumming up with product. You can just see all of that wax has just kind of like gone all gluggy. And as I've like moved my eyebrows, it's kind of like lifted off of my skin as well. They look fine from far away, but up close, it's a little bit gross. Now that could be purely my fault because I did use a lot of the product in there to really stick it down, but that was the look I was trying to achieve. So I think if you use this kind of just as like a finisher, just to keep your hairs in place, it would look a lot nicer, and I will be trying this again. But for that laminated brow look, if you have really stubborn eyebrow hairs like me, give this one a miss. Overall, I think there were some underdogs in there and some hidden surprises. So what do you guys think? Are you going to be picking up any of these Milani products? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps push my channel out to new potential viewers. And if you're not yet already subscribed and you want to see more content from me, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. And if you want to see any other looks that I don't create here, check out my Instagram at makeupwithalex. All my social medias are linked down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!